So the kids get out of school at the end of the week. So this is actually the last time I'm gonna be able to go out before the summer. But I've been shooting a whole bunch of footage, stockpiling video to be able to make episodes throughout the summer. So by the time you see this, it might be August. But for me, it's still June. It's beautiful. And today we're gonna head to the beach. We're gonna go check out the Rockaway Line, which is built on an old rail line. If you're just finding this channel, I pick out places in New York City to go explore, and I take you with me. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, we're off to the beach. Let's go. I was standing there and I realized I got on the wrong A train. There's another one that goes to Ozone Park, and I need the one that goes to Far Rockaway. So I got off at a favorite station, Hoyt-Schermerhorn, and we'll switch over. We were just here on the Crosstown line. Check out that episode if you haven't seen it. Like I said, today we're doing the Rockaway Line, and this time I came all the way out to the end of the line to work my way back for a couple of reasons. One of them is mental, because we are very far away from the city at this point, so it'll feel better ending and being closer. Also, one of the stations on this line is strange and only has a platform on the northbound side of the tracks, so you have to be going in that direction to be able to stop there. So the Rockaway Line is part of the IND division of the New York City subway system, operating here in Queens, and it branches off the IND Fulton Street line. The line was originally built in 1880 as the New York, New Haven, and Rockaway Railroad to serve the beach resorts in the Rockaways. The line was sold to the Long Island Railroad in 1887, and then the line was purchased by the New York City Board of Transportation. At that point, the line south of Ozone Park was taken out of service to be able to be converted to subway use. June 26, 1956, it went into service as part of the subway. The connection was built to the IND Fulton Street line at Liberty Avenue, using the old Fulton Street elevated line to allow its use by the subway, and then it became the Rockaway Line. So here at the Far Rockaway Station, we are as far east as you can go on the New York City subway, and we are pretty far from downtown actually, although we're still in the city. We're in New York City still. The original surface station at this location was opened in 1869. This current elevated station went into use with the subway in 1958, and there was a renovation done between 2009 and 2012. As of 2016, this is the busiest station on the Rockaway Peninsula. The Far Rockaway Station is currently the oldest subway station still in use today, having opened more than 156 years ago. However, one might argue that's not quite accurate since it was a railroad station before, and it was moved, and all that stuff. In that case, the Gates Avenue station on the Jamaica line is probably the oldest station to have been built specifically for rapid transit use. It opened in 1885. The Far Rockaway Station here is the eastern terminus of the Rockaway Line. It's an island platform, 2 tracks. There are bumper blocks just beyond the northeast end of the tracks. And then even though the Long Island Railroad has a Far Rockaway Station itself, it's about 3 blocks from here, and there's no direct transfer. You gotta walk it out. I had to rush to get back on that train because I think there's a 20-minute gap in between trains, so I don't want to get stuck in places if I don't have to. And things that I forgot to mention at the beginning, it took me about an hour and 40 minutes to get from the Upper East Side to Far Rockaway, so that's quite a trip. But at the same time, it is amazing in New York City that you can get on a subway in Manhattan and end up at the beach. It's cool. And what a beautiful day, too. This next station in line is Beach 25th Street, Wavecrest. This station was originally opened by the Long Island Railroad in 1928 as Wavecrest Station. As part of a grade elevation project in 1940, it was closed and moved about 800 feet to the east from where it originally was. Then, like the rest of the line, the city bought it in 1955 to convert it to subway use. It reopened as part of the IND Rockaway Line in 1956, and it was actually the terminal of this branch for 2 years until the Rockaway Station opened in 1958. The station is a concrete viaduct, ballasted track, 2 side platforms, 2 tracks. The exit's near the center, and the mezzanine is actually 4 stories high. Now we're at Beach 36th Street, Edgemere, and the line kind of gets closer to the water over here, so that's nice. It's beautiful. This station originally opened in 1895 as part of the Long Island Railroad, and later as a trolley stop for the Ocean Electric Railway, which was designed to accommodate guests of the former Edgemere Hotel. This station was also relocated about 600 feet east of its original location in 1940 in that track elevation project. Again, this station was purchased by New York City along with the rest of the line in 1955, converted to subway use and reopened in 1956. Elevated station has 2 side platforms, 2 tracks, and a station house underneath. Another one of those lines where I hadn't taken into account the infrequency of the trains, like 17 minutes or something in between each train. I hope I'm gonna make it back on time. Anyway, this next station is 44th Street, Frank Avenue. This station was originally a trolley stop on the Ocean Electric Railway, which used a segment of the former Long Island Railroad tracks until it became a Long Island Railroad station in 1922. This station was relocated 758 feet to the east of where it used to be in that 1940 elevation project, and that new elevated station was opened in 1942. The station with the rest of the line was purchased by the New York City in 1955 and opened for subway use in 1956. 2 side platforms and 2 tracks. We got Rockaway Beach, and we're on approach to JFK, so there are lots of planes coming over here. So we came to Rockaway Beach before in an episode. Check out that episode if you haven't seen it. But we actually went to the southern part of Rockaway, the part that you have to take a shuttle train down to from Broad Channel. So we're not going to go down that far today. So the A runs to Far Rockaway, which is one we just took. At Broad Channel, you can switch to the shuttle, which goes in the other direction down to Rockaway Park. You can actually see the tower of JFK right down there. These stations all seem to kind of look the same. It's really the scenery around them that's changing. It's making this beeping noise at every one of these stations. It's really annoying. And the trains were held up at that last station for a while. The bridge was open, so they couldn't run any of the shuttles or the A trains. It's there for like 30 minutes. But here we are at the next station. This is Beach 60th Street, originally built by the Long Island Railroad. It's part of the Rockaway branch. It also served as a trolley stop on the Ocean Electric Railway. It was also rebuilt as an elevated station in 1942, and it was also purchased by the city in 1955 and converted for subway use in 1956. 2 side platforms, 2 tracks. This station was renovated in 2010. This is a pretty rough day to be doing this. The bridge is up, so everything is slowing down. We spent like 30 minutes at every station. And now they're saying the trains toward Rockaway are not running anymore because an emergency brake activation somewhere down the line. I could think of much worse places to get stuck than by the beach, but it's pretty boring standing around waiting. We made it to the next station. All right, we're at Beach 67th Street. The station was built by the Long Island Railroad in 1888, and at one point had a connection to the Ocean Electric Railway. The station was rebuilt as an elevated station and renamed Gaston Avenue in 1942, and then along with the rest of the line, it was purchased in 1955 by the city and converted to subway use, reopening in 1965. There are 2 tracks, 2 side platforms. Further west of the station is what's called Hamels Y, and that is where this line curves back up and crosses over the channel toward Queens, but a part of the line also goes straight down the rest of the Rockaway Beach, and that's the part that the shuttle runs on. finally made it to the next one. All right, this station is Broad Channel. It originally opened in 1880 as part of the New York, Woodhaven, and Rockaway Railway, and then it was later acquired by the Long Island Railroad and became part of the Rockaway Beach branch. So in 1950, a fire on the trestle between this station and another one further north is what caused the Long Island Railroad to finally give up this branch. They were in bankruptcy, so they decided to sell this to New York City. So that shut down this station and the rest of the stations on the line in 1950. And then, like we've said, the branch was sold to the city and repurposed for subway use by 1956. This station opened with the rest of the stations in 1956 as a subway station on this line. The station has 2 platforms, 2 tracks. The station house is above the tracks. There's a crossover there. This is one of only 2 subway stations in New York City that's on its own island. The other one is Roosevelt Island. The station had the second lowest ridership in the subway system in 2019. By 2021, it was the lowest. However, it's the only transfer point from the A to the shuttle that goes down to Rockaway Park. So you got to use it for that. And a lot of people do at beach season. I've been standing here for more than 30 minutes, and the sign has said that the train is 1 minute away for almost that whole time. I see the lights finally. We finally made it to Howard Beach, JFK Airport, the next station on the line. This station originally opened in 1913 as part of the Long Island Railroad, and it replaced the former 1899 Ramblersville station that was about a quarter of a mile to the south of here. In 1923, the station was retrofitted with shelter sheds on both sides of the tracks, and then, like all the rest of the stations on the line, in 1955, it was sold to the city and became part of the subway system as of 1956. In June of 1978, the MTA announced plans for an experimental JFK Express service that would have been an express train to here and an express bus from here to the airport. That began operation in 1978 and then was discontinued in 1990 due to low ridership. The station was extensively overhauled in the early 2000s when they added the air train that goes to JFK. And then in 2012, after all the damage to this line by Hurricane Sandy, this was the terminus for a little while as they repaired the rest of the Rockaway line. Full service was restored in May of 2013. The station is at grade, has 2 side platforms, 4 tracks. The 2 center tracks are not used in revenue service. Upstairs is connection to the air train. Not in service. It's a tease. 2 more stations. I really hope this doesn't take much longer. All right, we finally made it to Aqueduct-North Conduit. This station was originally built by the New York, Woodhaven, and Rockaway Railroad in 1883 and opened as Aqueduct. It then became part of the Rockaway Beach branch of the Long Island Railroad in 1887 and was taken out of service in 1939 as part of the Great Elimination Project. It reopened in 1940 as a high-level station. And then in 1955, along with the rest of the branch, it was sold to the city and reopened in 1956 as part of the IND Rockaway Line. The station has 2 side platforms and 4 tracks, although it's very obvious that the center 2 tracks are not used. And the platforms are actually extra long because they were built to Long Island Railroad standards, which is 800 feet instead of the 600 feet for the subway. The north end of the station is at grade, and the station's only mezzanine is at sidewalk level at that end. There appears to be another exit on that side. The platforms are noticeably longer. We made it to the last stop for today. So this is Aqueduct Racetrack, and this is that weird station that only has a platform on the northbound side and nothing on the southbound side. Even though this line has been here since the 1880s, this station was not built until 1959, and it opened on the same date as the renovated Aqueduct Racetrack, which is right through there. So this single platform station was actually built at the racetrack owner's expense at about $1.5 million. The trains are starting to catch up now. I think I'm safe in that the next one is in 8 minutes, so I'm gonna skip this one and keep talking. The station is located on an embankment. There are 4 tracks. The inner 2 tracks tracks, as you can see, are not used, and there is one platform. This station is served by the northbound A only. This is the only stop in the entire subway system that only has a platform for one direction. There's an exit that leads directly into the racetrack. In 2011, the station underwent a renovation, and that renovation was sponsored by the casino that's nearby, Resorts World Casino. That opened at the racetrack in 2011, and they wanted a direct connection from this platform to the casino. So after some delays, the station was reopened in 2013. Also in 2013, there was a proposal to rename this station Aqueduct Resort World Casino and built a southbound platform, but the MTA has not approved of either of those. All right, well, we finally made it through this line. I'll catch the next train and try to make it home. Well, I'm back up to the east side after an incredibly long journey on the IND Rockaway Line. Now I'm sprinting to get the kids from school. Good line though, all things considered. Anyway, what a day. If you're just finding this channel, be sure to check out all the rest of the episodes already available on YouTube up to the east side. Like and subscribe, tell all your friends about it, and look for new episodes every Friday. Thanks for coming with me to explore New York City. I'll see you next time.